Hello, I'm Zach.
I'm Zubair.
Welcome again to Harmony.
Welcome back.
So, we'll continue where we left off, which is in the second word.
We were in a hellish state.
Or at least that's what the author is talking about here. So just to remind the ayat at the beginning, it's Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. الَّذِينَ يُؤْمِنُونَ بِالْغَيْبِ. Those who
believe in the
unseen.
By means of the unseen.
Those who believe by means of the unseen. Thank you. You've memorized it by now. I don't know how I have it. Okay, so we left off on page 28. In the third paragraph, I'll read the sentence or so that we're going to talk about. But to recap, we have two men here. We have two alternatives. We have an unbeliever perspective, somebody who has not seen an alternative, and we have somebody who has seen an alternative, but who is trying to, I guess, through his actions, out of laziness or whatever reason, doesn't want to do what it takes to obtain the solution.
Yeah, those are not the two men that we are trying to read from the beginning of the story. This is it's like two alternatives.
These are the two ways that the egocentric man could be egocentric.
Yeah.
How his egocentrism could manifest.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this person's view, in either of these two manifestations, the view is the same. The world is a house of universal mourning. All living creatures are orphans, weeping at the blows of death and separation. Men and animals are alone and without ties, being ripped apart by the talons of the appointed hour. Mighty beings like the mountains and oceans are like horrendous, lifeless corpses. Many grievous, crushing, terrifying delusions like these arise from his unbelief and misguidance and torment him.
I'm gonna cry.
Why?
Well, it's kind of unacceptable. I can't stand this.
Isn't it it's bad, of course.
Well, yeah.
But why don't we feel it in our everyday lives?
I'd rather not to feel that way.
We don't want, okay, good, so we don't want to feel it. But now, because I don't want to push this on the unbelievers are out there or the heedless ones are out there.
It's not somebody else.
Because it's not somebody else, because heedlessness by definition means that the person doesn't know he's in that state.
Let me become some heedlessness.
Exactly.
Become some heedless so I can punish myself.
Yeah, nobody can say, I'm not heedless. Really, I mean...
Or maybe if they say this, that's a strong indication that there's some heedlessness going on there.
Exactly, that's what it means, because, well, I'm not heedless.
I'm perfect. It's like saying that.
Because since that's not the reality, okay, so we can see why that is theoretically wrong, but the definition of heedlessness is that we don't understand that we're heedless. That's the point of it, just like ignorance. I mean, nobody knows what they're ignorant about until they've discovered, oh, I didn't know that.
I was ignorant.
Yes,
this is the definition of.
I was heedless. So, that means in some sense...
It's like the second man was saying, I was crazy through drink.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I now realize that.
Yes, yes. So the same thing. In our everyday lives, maybe we see this. Maybe we act. Act like this. Witness. This is our reality. I don't want to say it's, oh, that person out there is heedless. It's not a part of me. You know, we don't have that guarantee. And if we think we have that guarantee,
think again.
We're heedless.
Oops.
If we think we have that guarantee, we're heedless, like you said.
Yeah.
So, in what way, maybe when we're reading this, we need to ask, in what way is the world a house of universal mourning for us? When do we feel that? When do we see that? And when we see that, we know that we are in a state of heedlessness.
Yeah.
How often are we in a state of, wow, wonder, bewilderment when we're walking down the street?
Not so often.
Yeah, not so often.
Well,
we talk about this all the time. Everything that's created is a miracle.
Well, yeah.
Everything that's created is a miracle.
That's a proof that we are all heedless. Yeah, well, I'm heedless actually. I don't know you.
I mean, I was walking down to get to the car that I was going to take to come here, and as I was walking, I was making zikr, remembrance of God. I was saying some of the names of God, and some of them were interesting. I said, El-Muhsi, the one who, no matter if there's an unlimited number of something, the creator of it knows each and every individual one of them.
Wow.
And I was saying El-Muhsi, 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 walking down the street, I was looking at every little bunch of flowers, because they're starting to come out. All these little bunches of fruit that are starting to pop out. I'm saying, wait a second, these are all saying this because they're all an individual inside of a big group. And that they get lost in that group, but they're still an individual one.
Like custom built.
They're all custom built inside that big factory. What seems like to be a factory. It's actually...
It's not a manufacturing.
It's amazing.
Well, yeah.
It's absolutely amazing.
So I was just get here. So I was heedless.
Yeah, and then I did another name, El-Haq, yani the truth. And the reason why I was saying is because if you say this a certain number of times, then your worship becomes stronger. Is whatever. But the thing is, I tied the word truth with worship. As I was walking, and I was saying, look at this. All of these little things that I'm seeing, each one is saying, El-Haq, 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 the truth, the truth, the truth. And they're all doing a worship.
By being.
My being is a form of worship. That's the truth, is what they're all saying. Yeah, they're all saying these things. They're all saying, they're not dead. What is it? All living creatures are orphans, weeping at the blows of death and separation. If I don't say this, if I don't witness this, if I don't see this while I'm walking down the street on my way to work,
all of us are going to die. We are just moving to death.
I see them as dead.
Too.
I'm just walking by. These little rocks are all little dead. They're not important. They're not doing a form of worship. They're not saying something.
Well, yeah.
I'm killing them. I don't give them importance. That means I see them as dead.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone just mourns.
Yes, the rock, and that's the thing. The rock, the little rocks, the stones, the things that
the atmosphere,
the things that make up the pavement, the stones that they put into order so that the wall wouldn't fall. Yeah, the flowers that are coming out, they're beautiful.
They're just going through it.
Yeah, I'm reliving it. I'm saying I see them as all just like you said, they're all gonna die. If that's all it is, then they're pointless. But it's not just that.
Everything, including me, just mourns.
That's the thing. That's the unbeliever.
This is the hellish state.
That's the unbeliever, the one who's a kafir. They're just going to die anyway. For us, if we call ourselves believers, the heedless state is we know that they're not going to die, but we're not seeing them as alive right now.
That causes pain too.
Exactly.
Wow. That's a hellish state too, by the way.
Exactly. We're just walking by. We have to get to work. We have jobs to do. We got to make money. We got something more important to do.
There's something God like. They're just going away.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. Just let me not look at it. Let me not focus at it. Go. Stop and smell the roses, as we say in English.
Really?
Yeah. The author of this book. This is interesting. I remember one of my friends was telling me this. Some of his students were reading something. They were so intense in reading, that they didn't look around and see the things around them. And he stopped them and said, look at the flowers. Look at the creation around you.
Literally.
Literally, stop and smell the roses.
Literally. Stop littering and just, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes we think that we make ourselves, we have something more important in our lives that we give a goal. Maybe it's making money. Maybe it's reading a religious book. That's the important thing. And we don't stop and witness
the book of the universe.
Yes, we don't see the miraculousness that's around us at every second. We kill them. They're not. We say that they are dead. They are going away. They are alone. They are being ripped apart, and that they're just lifeless corpses in our mind and through our actions.
So these definitions are just indications of a hellish state, like heedlessness or something like that. If I'm just read this book throughoutly couple of times, thousands of times maybe, and I just don't realize the rose that are by me, it doesn't look like me a lively state.
Don't realize the rose and the truth that they're pointing to.
Then it just doesn't mean anything other than hellish state.
Exactly. And that's...
We are not denying the books or etc. But, you know.
Yeah, but when... Yeah, exactly. And yes, there you go. And they torment us. Because when I talk about this now, I saw it in your face, and I see it in my face when I forget it, when I remind my own self about this. Yeah, what did I miss on the way here, yeah? What did I miss while I was coming here? I missed looking at all these beautiful things. I missed that.
Without noticing them.
Without noticing them? I'm stupid. I was drunk. I had to get somewhere. Yeah,
well, the definition of drunkenness is just like that.
Yes, let's not think of the other people as disbelievers or the other people as heedlessness.
Oh, the other man.
It's us. We do this
it's
every...
me.
Exactly.
Not you this time, it's just me.
That's a good place. Thank you very much.
Well, we didn't have some roses.
We're stopping. It's done.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. So yes. So thank you very much. We'll see you next time.
See the roses, and the points they're pointing to. And anyway, bye.